They have their schedule there for the next 3 days as well. So Splatoon Toon stuff. Um, I've heard a lot of people like that game, but you almost can't trust Nintendo fanboys nowadays because they just are amazed by every single thing that Nintendo does, even though they're a generation behind. So this will be an interesting treehouse event, mainly because I'm the only one here doing it, and I'm not so much a fan of Nintendo. Just to give you a little history on my gaming career, of course, Nintendo was the first thing I started on with a Game Boy and then an NES system. A close friend of mine, had a Super Nintendo, so I would play on his Super Nintendo. And then I got the Nintendo 64 when I was like making my own money and stuff like that. I'm not that old, but I mean, like, I had a little side job at the movie theater or something, so I had money and I was able to buy my very own Nintendo 64, and I loved it. It was the greatest console ever made. Not really, but it was awesome. I mean, I had everything. I had GoldenEye, I had Perfect Dark, I had Mortal Kombat 4, I had Killer Instinct Gold, WWE or WWF No Mercy, WCW Nitro, like any game you could think of, I owned it. Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. That console was awesome. Mario Party, are you kidding me? Mario 64, Mario Kart, Smash Brothers, the original. Like, I was a Nintendo man back then. I hated PlayStation. Hated the Sega Saturn. We had a Sega Saturn. I want to say we did have a Sega Saturn before that, didn't we? Yeah. And then when they moved to the GameCube, I never got the GameCube. I think at that point I was all in on Dreamcast. Because after Nintendo, I got the Dreamcast. And then they had the GameCube. Never got the GameCube. And by that point, I think I was over to the Xbox side of gaming. So, but Nintendo's the thing that brought me in. I mean, my wife still has her Nintendo 64. Like, and we are tempted to hook it up every once in a while and just relive some moments. But obviously, you know, as technology changes, it's nice to think about these type of games. But when you go back to actually play them, it's like, ugh, what am I doing? I do have a Nintendo 64 emulator on my computer, though. So that's pretty cool because WWF No Mercy is still awesome to play. But other than that, so my thing with Nintendo, one, they are no doubt a generation behind, okay? So everyone that was saying, you know, oh, the Nintendo Switch is just as powerful, the Xbox One is just as powerful, PlayStation, not anywhere near close, okay? Yes, it is a little bit more powerful than the Xbox 360. It is a little bit more powerful than the PlayStation 3. Well, maybe not even the PlayStation 3, maybe just the 360. But it is still considered that generation of game consoles. I don't know why Nintendo, their refusal to catch up. Okay, so Nintendo kind of bothers me. It just feels like a lot of the times all they're worried about pulling off is gimmicks. They want to show the next gimmick so they can be popular for a couple months and then everyone's going to forget about them. I don't know what happened with their relationship with Capcom, because one of the biggest sellers for Nintendo, especially in Japan, was Monster Hunter. And they were going to bring the 3DS version to the Switch, which looked horrible on the Switch, by the way, because it was a 3DS game. But I guess something happened in their relationship because now Capcom is coming to real consoles, Xbox and PlayStation. And I'm sorry, but that's going to be a big hit. That's going to be a huge hit, even in Japan, because now there's no boundaries. You can play against people in Japan. I mean, that's going to be a huge hit to Nintendo's Switch revenue. Why would anybody, if you own another console, why would you buy Monster Hunter on the Switch? No thank you. Like, so that you can play it with your 3DS friends, get it on a console. It looked amazing. We've been waiting 11 years for that announcement. 11 years. And you could see the reaction video. I have it cut out and put up on our channel. Because Sony, I'm telling you, you can never cut Sony out. Xbox had a great press conference. I was totally impressed. The games looked great. They delivered what we wanted, which was exclusive games. And they undercut us. We thought the dang smooth streaming such as... Sorry, guys, you're going to be experiencing buffering for some freaking reason. But anyway, Microsoft delivered everything we were looking for. And even the Xbox One X, the price is only, what does it say, $400? Yeah, $400. What is it, $400 or $499? Something like that. But I thought it was going to be $800. So, you know, you got to try to avoid the hype train on these things. Come on, AT&T. I swear. AT&T is the worst ISP ever known to man. So what was I saying? Oh, but you can't count. I mean, Sony just came out swinging. Like, they showed their first 3 games, and then boom, man. Killed it with the release of Monster Hunter, Shadow of Colossus Remastered. If you guys have not played Shadow of Colossus, that is one of the greatest games ever made. Ever made. $11.59. $7. All right, we'll talk after the show. Short and sweet. Short and sweet. So, I mean, let's see. I know the Nintendo fanboy hype is going to be out of this world. This is the best press conference ever created. But, you know, take a seat back and just look at it objectively. Ugh. Ooh. What is that? No, thank you. No, thank you. Let me get my thoughts together here. My problem with Nintendo, and I think why third-party developers kind of avoid Nintendo, is because they can't let go of Mario, in the sense that no matter what game comes out for Nintendo and who develops it, Nintendo forces you to throw in Mario gimmicks into the game. Or just something from their main IPs they want you to put into the game. It's like you can't develop a game for Nintendo without, well, you know, this is a game about cars that, you know, play soccer, basically. Well, if you're going to put it on the Switch, can you please make sure that you can put a Mario and a Luigi hat on 2 of the cars? And then, you know, design some cars that are about Nintendo? And it's like, why? Just enjoy the game as it is. It's a successful game. Let it come to your console without these stupid gimmicks. Because you know what? And it's cross-platform Rocket League. When if you're playing from the Switch and you're playing against freaking PC players and Xbox players, and they see you with your stupid little Mario hat on your car, like, God, they are already identifying you as something bad. So it's like, and then with the whole Skyrim thing, you can't just have Skyrim. No, you have to create the Master Sword, and you have to have the Link outfit. It's like, why? Skyrim is a great game. Why do we have to have this gimmick of dressing up like Link in Skyrim, which looked absolutely stupid to begin with? Absolutely. So it's like, why can't they just let go? Let people develop what they want to develop, instead of Nintendo saying, well, I like that you made this game for our system, but make sure you put a Mario hat in there somewhere. Like, it's so stupid. It is so stupid. It really pushes them away from everyone else. Like, and I don't know if that's what they want, but God, man, get on the ball here. That's why I just don't think Nintendo, I don't know what happened to them. They just lost their minds. Like, it's like if WWF released a wrestling game on Nintendo, you'd have to have Mario and Luigi outfits for the wrestlers. You can't just have the wrestlers. It's just so dumb. So, unfortunately, I mean, I don't know. This wasn't that good of a press conference. I guess probably some of the most cool looking games were Rocket League. That was a big deal because that'll be fun to play if you have the, if you're on a bus or whatever. It's a quick game format and exciting, so that's interesting. And then the RPG games look cool, like Xenoblade and Fire Emblem. The DLC for Zelda, I guess you get a different difficulty and whatever. So that's good, I guess. I don't know. It's just Nintendo. It's pretty much basically what I expected. At least they didn't do any stupid stuff like Muppets or anything like that. Because those past E3 things were horrible. Now this game, I mean, I haven't played Mario game in a while, but every Mario game they make is great. I think Nintendo would be better off in streamlining their development if they stopped making what they call a console, focused on the 3DS, because they are the kings of mobile gaming, right? With the 3DS and now the 2DS, okay? But they make great games, especially for their main IPs like Mario, Zelda. What if they just stopped focusing on making their dumb console, their gimmick consoles, and let those games be released on other systems? Let Mario and let Zelda come out for PlayStation and Xbox. I think that would be tons better. Tons better. But nothing new. It was a short press conference, which I think Nintendo's usually are. So if you're a Nintendo Switch fanboy, I'm sure you loved it and you thought it was the greatest thing next to sliced bread. But even, me, I'm not a Nintendo fanboy. I don't even own a Nintendo Switch. But, I was impressed. There were some pretty cool games. I mean, this game is going to be great, this Mario game. So, whatever. But that's it. I'm glad it was short. I got a lot going on this week. Probably just going to have the podcast episode go up today, which is just a kind of a recap on some of the stuff from E3, the first couple press conferences. I'm traveling down to Florida, and we're leaving tonight, so probably not going to be much on the channel for the rest of the week. And then next week, Monday, we'll get back on to our regular things. We haven't done a gaming news one in a while, or stop messing with it. So that'll be back to regular schedule next week. Other than that, guys, want to thank you guys for all the support you're giving us. Thank you for watching us when we go live. If we can get more people doing that, that'll be awesome. Other than that, thank you guys. So here's Nintendo. This is the last big E3 press conference. Now, official E3 is going to start tomorrow and for the next 3 days. Yeah, Wednesday. So the 14th through the 16th is the next big E3. Sony's got a lot going on today as far as showing games. I'm not gonna live stream it, but they're gonna show Monster Hunter at 5:45 p.m. So if you missed it yesterday, Sony blew at least mine, Jonathan's, and Juan's, I think, with Marvel's Capcom. Even though those games are gonna come out for Xbox, it was nice that they showed it at PlayStation because PlayStation needed that to kind of overcome Microsoft. So, in our opinion, Sony got me most hyped, but I think Microsoft delivered the best news in their press conference. So I'll give it to Xbox this year as far as winning the press conference E3 stuff. But man, Sony had us screaming our brains off yesterday. So thank you guys. I'm going to end it here. Hope you guys have a good afternoon. Stay tuned. Check out our channel. If you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. We'll be putting a podcast up later today. And check it out. Let us know what you think. And as always, we'll see you guys later.